I think these birds are like having sex. I really don't know. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ilyssa, and if this is your first time coming to my channel, here you can find content on travel, remote work, healthy living, spiritual growth, all that fun stuff. I was an expat in Hungary for a while, and before that I lived in France as well, and I am saving to go on my next adventure. So, welcome. Today I wanted to do the minimalist tag because I found it fun and interesting and reflective. Oh, this is Lucy, one of the many dogs in my life. I wanted to do the minimalist tag because I found minimalism a little over a year ago. Sorry, I know, sweet. A little over a year ago, I did actually type out my answers on my website. If you guys are curious to read that, I'll link it. But yeah, I'm going off of memory. So the first question I think is, how did you get into minimalism? I got into it because, like I said to you before, I've traveled a lot. I was an expat for a while, and I didn't really have a lot of stuff to begin with. I didn't get a big house or anything right out of university or anything like that. I was always kind of transient, so I didn't really have many things, but I did buy stuff. Basically, when I was in Hungary, I moved in with my then boyfriend, and I realized how much crap I had with me. So upon moving in with him, I just started getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I started, following different YouTubers that were into minimalism and reading up on it and so on and so forth. And then the storm hit, and I had, so to speak, and I had to move back to the States. And I rediscovered minimalism because I've been kind of in this reflective time in my life. So I rewatched the documentary Minimalism and kind of just sat more with myself and what I was, going through internally. And I just realized that I was finding false comfort in things around me. So I just started getting rid of everything, and I literally got rid of, I want to say, around like 80 to 85% of my stuff. If I start wearing the same stuff in every video, get used to it. I got into it because of just like the growth that's been happening in my own life. The time in my life kind of led me there to realize what's important. The next question, I think, is, what does minimalism mean to you? And, oh God, I hope I remember exactly what I wrote. What was it? Lack of the arbitrary, living with meaning, and recognizing the moments. So there's some really pithy thing that I wrote on my website. What it means to me, in my non-eloquent way of expressing it, is realizing, this is your life and this is all you have, and not getting caught up in what other people want from you. I don't want to be like,
oh, consumerism's bad,
because it's not, but like how easily we can fall into the trap of like just buying something to make us feel good or whatever and still not feeling good. It's being aware, appreciative of what you were born with. I think that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, okay. Oh, what was the hardest thing to declutter or get rid of? For me, I was really big on handbags, like designer handbags. It was hard for me to let go of some of them. A, because they were expensive, and B, because I attached my value to them. So, I had all of the brands that probably the hardest one for me to get rid of, but I'm giving to a friend, is my Louis Vuitton bag. Who is it for? Like, I understand a well-made bag. I understand all those things. That's fine. But it's like, it's too, I'm relying too much on that thing to give me value, to give me kind of, solidarity. So, yeah, I literally, the only bag I have now is like a tote bag from Lush that says fighting against animal testing, or fighting animal testing, something like that. I'll put a picture because I have one on Instagram. And I will get a new purse eventually. But, you know, the tote bag I have, oh my gosh, sorry, yikes. The the tote bag I have serves a purpose, so I'm fine with that. So I would say the bags was the hardest thing for me to get rid of. How is it dealing with non-minimalists? Okay, this is interesting. This is difficult for me. Since I made a change, that everybody else needs to make a change, and that's not fair. I have really loud birds in my backyard. So I have to keep reminding myself that I should only worry about bettering myself, you know, and that I can only act as an example. So I can't be tyrannical in, oh, you should get rid of that, or you should, you know, and I am like that, and I try to not be, but it's hard because, you know, it's almost like whenever you make some kind of change for the better, dude, these birds. Anyway, whenever you're making this change for the better, you feel like the people that aren't doing it, like, that you need to tell them, or that it's like they're wasting their time. Like, you're like, no, but I have the answer. Like, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Like, follow me, you know, and it's something that I am working on, but it's getting better. I'm just trying to keep to myself about most of the things. So yeah, so that's the hardest part is recognizing that I'm working on myself. I don't have to work on other people. By working on myself, other people will benefit. I think these birds are like having sex. I really don't know. Last question. What was it? Oh, tips for new minimalists. I can only give the advice that works for me. So it's a lot of like meditative time. Like looking at the things that you have and kind of thinking like, you know, how is it benefiting your life? Is it just an attachment? Is it just an image you're trying to portray, or a group you're trying to fit into, or whatever? If so, it's probably not serving you. So it probably would be better to just get rid of it. But take your time, you know, like that's everyone's advice, is take your time. But I think a bigger one is to be honest with yourself. Like, be honest with yourself. You know, get rid of the pants that don't fit you, you know, whatever, like get rid of it. It's not the end of the world. We're treating our things like they're people, and they're not. I would just say to take your time and to be honest with yourself. That's it. That's the Minimalist Tag. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you like this video, then like it. If you are interested or curious on going on this journey with me into the unknown, into the wherever, subscribe. I invite you to join me. Until next time, peace.